What is up, everyone? This is going to be my Diana jungle video, and I'm going to go over everything you need to know to play Diana jungle in the new season. So overall, I think Diana jungle is on the higher tier list for the AP jungle champions that are good right now. I think the build path, as long as you're going the more AP oriented build path with Storm Surge Rush, she's extremely strong, and I've had some really good success on her. I'm against the Kiana jungle, not too worried about that. For clears, you can solo Raptors, you can solo Wolves, or you can get a leash on red. Preferably this game, for example, I'm going to start red because I am on bot side, so bot lane can leash me. And if you can get a leash on red, you get one. If you're not going to get a leash, just solo Raptors. That's like the general thing. Always play the full clear. Level 3 ganking is a possibility, but you have to understand your champion's identity is what a full clear jungle. So we're going to play towards our champion's identity first before we try to, you know, change it up a bit. And that's like an important thing I talk a lot on my videos is really about that. Here we go W second. We start with W. An important thing you should be noticing is I'm always spacing my spells between my autos. So thing about Diana is every time you cast a spell, it gives you attack speed for pretty much around 3 autos worth of time. So you do want to space your autos in between that. That's how you maximize your damage and your DPS, is to kind of space your autos. Here you can always hit them all if you just kind of like angle it like this, as you can see, and you just auto 1 2 3 and then 1 2 3 and make sure your passive is hitting them 2. So when you have your E, it's a bit different, but you still want to cycle and just watch for the passive icon because it just helps you a lot. So here, if I start, I'll start with my Q. I'll auto 1 2. I auto 2 there because I was farther away. 2 3 and then 1 2 3. So you always want to do that. Here I'm actually going to save my spells to kind of hit the blue as well. 1 2 3. That's like a basic thing, but that's really important because a lot of this champion damage is actually in sort of these auto attacks early game. So here there's actually a cool mechanic if you can hit it. It's a bit harder now to kind of get the double E. Yeah, it's a bit hard. But that was like a mechanic that I'll probably show you guys later in the video. But the general thing is always want to kind of space your spells when you're farming. The E Moonlight lasts around 3 autos. But if you want to be safe, you can just go for that 2 auto. Here, we're actually fast enough to get, you know, crab timer and not really have to worry about anything right now. That's a kill, so we're pretty happy with that. We don't have to go there. Top is always a free kill. And after a full clear, you're just perfect situation. So here I could technically flash on him. Not the cleanest though. Oh, we get out. Hit the Q and just keep kiting. Kiting. Waiting for abilities. Maybe sneak in. But Nasus is coming. We should probably just get out. Very spicy, very spicy. There I pretty much E-flash. I missed my Q, so that was what made it a bit risky. But overall, you know, it was a good play. Here, I'm not really interested in saying we have a really good buy already, so I'm just going to go for the base. And, you know, just play to full clear, play to farm, play for ganks on full clear timers. If you follow this formula, you're going to be exceptional on a carry jungler like Diana. You know, when you play AP junglers, you have to really, you know, play towards whatever condition they have because they're generally more unique than the AD junglers that can just spam gank or whatever, fall behind more easily. An AP jungler that falls behind is much more useless than like a, you know, a Rammus or a Nunu that falls behind. So here I'm just gonna go bot side because that's the position we started. I know bot crab is up. I know this because she ended up top side, so I can peek and try to do that, but personally, I'm not really investing all my time to check for crab yet. I will check now, but I'm not in a super, you know, like a big hurry. And even if I didn't feel safe checking crab, I could just avoid here. I know he wasted kind of spells. And, you know, it's fine. I drew some time there. Not a big deal. No flash, that's good as well. Here I might be in trouble because his abilities are coming up. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate there. I was smited to try to get the level up. The level up would have been huge, but we are getting squatted. Squad, squad, squad. So you have to watch out for that. There, my bot lane wasn't around, so it was just an unfortunate situation, if you will. But, I mean, situations, they get weird. Games are going to get weird. Dodging everything you can is a good step in the right direction, like I did. So here I know kind of what's happening with Kiana. She wants to do her top side. She also maybe wants to do Void Grubs. And if she's not on Void Grub, we're going to do Crab first. I win Diana fight or Kiana fight as long as she's not sick. So here, I'm going to back him up here. Hit the Q and then E. Easy peasy. He was running towards Kiana, right? So we keep that in our mind, okay? Kiana was most likely there. But I do like doing these babies. Diana does it exceptionally well. We have top priority, so we kill him. Diana does it extremely fast. Make sure you hit most of your abilities on 2 at a time. And then as long as you get 2 out, it's pretty much... What the hell? As long as you get 2 of them, it's a heist. And there you see the double E combo right there. It's a very cool thing. If you can... You just have to QE at like the same time that you're hitting 2 of them with your Q. It's a weird concept, but if you know a bit more about Diana, that's like a thing you can get the double E off, which turns into a possible triple E. But don't worry about that. That's just like mechanics. That doesn't really matter. Like, sure, like there are like a 1% situation where it could be useful, but let's just focus on what's important for us right now. Is what do we do in this situation? Do I base? No, I don't want to base because I'm so close to this item. This item's a core item that I can sit on and pretty much do everything I want. Kiana could possibly invade my bot side, right? Because once you kill all the voids, it alerts the map that, okay, the voids have been slain. Kiana's really good at invading the enemy jungle and killing them at 6, so I have to watch out for that. And whenever you're doing a lot of times top side and your bot side's respawning, that's just always a big thing that occurs. Here, I think, okay, Kassadin's gonna move, but also I'm gonna move here. Here, Kassadin Rift Walk is very long cooldown. So I can just abuse that because the second he Rift Walks in, I put myself in a beautiful position to just capitalize on that. And now we have that perfect buy, right? Like I have my buy. I have 1400. I have Storm Surge. Storm Surge is pretty OP on Dyna, especially because it kind of gives you everything you want, but... I mean, I really wanted to base, but if they're gonna try to kill you, you gotta take what you can. I think Dyna's extremely good, by the way, guys. They might nerf Storm Surge one more time, but there's always possibility you can rush Protobelt, and that's a good build path as well. So here we're gonna get Darksteel. If you ever have a like a spare 350, you can go Darksteel. I find Storm Surge to be extremely broken on Diana right now. Protobelt's good too if you want it later, but right now I just find the Storm Surge to be, with Sork Boots, you know, flat pen build, just god tier. Here, there's a lot of things happening. Mid is spicy, top is spicy. I think top should be... I think I kill mid right now. Okay, top is gone, right? So I think this guy will go back mid to try to farm. We wait like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there he is. So here we use the minions to get the jump. And you see he's actually running. Ooh, actually not getting that Q off is big. If I hit Q beforehand, I actually think I could have killed there. That's sad. I had Storm Surge too. My mistake. Kiana and River, I mean, this is like a weird situation. She just destroys any champion in the river because her R just instantly stuns you, which is disgusting, but like, we'll just try to avoid worrying about that. You can make mistakes, a few mistakes here and there, and it doesn't affect how you carry your game. The ability to carry is still important. So all I do is I go back to step 1, which is farm. Mistake occurs, go back to farming. We're already ahead of the curve because we got 3 void grubs. I personally highly value void grubs. So this situation, you see how bot tower is like really close to dying. This is also the effect of void grubs. All I'm going to do is I'm going to walk in with them. I'm going to help them get it, right? I'm just going to help them get it so they don't get Kiana'd. They don't get killed by like a roaming cast in here. I'm just going to be the backup, right? And here I'm going to go from a wall angle. You see how I'm kind of like at the wall. I mean, this Nyoko ruined it, but... And we're just going to do the Grom. I could do Dragon here, but... personally, I think mid is about to die, so I'm just going to make sure we can change that outcome. But it looks like they're okay, so we're just going to do Dragon. I think low elo people really aren't playing around objectives well as jungle. And they're especially not playing around void grubs well. Very interesting. Where did she go? The thing is, I think she's here. Here, I just want to angle so I'm not getting wall stun just like that. We're hitter, so we just chase. And beautiful. So, like, that's all about angling, right? Like, I put myself in the center of the area, so I'm not going to get pushed into the wall. Understanding the other champion's kit and avoiding the possibility of getting hit on by that. That's just a very fundamental thing. Here we hit E and then we follow up with the W, auto. Clear the pink out because pink is very annoying for us. Here, this could be a risky play. But I think this guy is trolling, so we can just chase. Here we want to hit the Q and then follow up with space. Remember, we space our abilities with our 2 to 3 auto cycle, right? That's an important thing. What you see me doing a lot of times, if I feel like I don't have to use, like all my abilities, then I just generally save it. I think this is bad if we fight again. This is where you start to lose the game off of fighting, right? Like, it turns into like what I like to call a fiesta, and we don't really want to play for a fiesta right now. Because I do have a lot of money. 2K is a lot of money. 2K can change the champion's entire kit. Here I should probably catch that wave, but I'm just gonna do this first. I'm just gonna stop him. If he rift walks, maybe a kill. Right, Storm Surge is so overtuned that we're just super strong off that. Here I'm gonna fake the base and then I'm just gonna walk in here. I think he's like still basing somewhere. Yeah, so we're just gonna base here. Here I'm happy to base because I kind of scared him off the wave, right? Like, he is a bit frightened that, okay, there's a Diana. And now he doesn't even know if I'm here yet, so he's gonna take a while to push that wave out. And that's just me faking him out so I can just base here. Personally, I like to still kind of go into the proto belt. Even though the proto belt second seems weird, I find it very important to have on Diana because it just synergizes so well with your kid. Even though it doesn't give as much AP, the Storm Surge itself is enough AP. And I'm not really big on Nashers. I think the game is all about bursting. Like, until they change how it is, like, you should itemize for bursting and to be able to survive a bit. That's why the Zhonya's is going to be very important here. Here we see the Kiana up here. Here I'm going to ward here, and then I'm going to play on an angle. Or her, remember, angle, so she can't hit us into an easy wall angle. And just like that, there in river, technically, there's no way to avoid, like, getting stunned because Kiana R in river instantly roots you and stuns you. But you can avoid the wall bang, which does extra damage. And there you also saw me how, like, I warded that. Like a genius. And then I just wait to kind of get on her. I just QE. The comboing is simple, like really simple. QE. I'm on them. And then I wait a bit to W. Here, QE auto attack. 1, 2, 3. Here I don't really need to even do anything else, right? Like the play is right there. Very simple. Very, very simple. It's all simple. QE, wait a bit on the W. That's kind of how I space it early game. And then by the time you wait, it's going to be up again, where your Q will be up. Here, if you always want to get the direction, always, whatever direction you're facing is the direction the herald's going to go. So just, if you want to remember that, that's an important factor for riding it. And hitting the charge on the tower is very important. So if you're going to ride it, always hit the tower with it. You can drive by and like hit someone else too. But most importantly, it's all about hitting the tower. Even here, we use it to maybe hit the minions, but it's just all about hitting the tower. Here they could chase us, but I'm just going to all hit him. They still will probably chase us, so I just have to ready to go. Just ready to hit whoever comes close to me with my first Q. And then I'll be ready to back up. I'm playing it extra safe, but I know when people are chasing me. And when people are horny for me, I just play it safe. This is a really safe place to base, and I'm good to go. You see how like I hit my Q on Nasus? You have 3 seconds almost decide if you're gonna dash in there, but so here's where I think if you're fed, you can go straight decap. Like you're just decap is just broken. Third item. For killing people, yes. If you're doing well, decap, and then like a Zhonya's with like a void staff, and you're pretty much the game's over. You're just insanely strong. And AP ratios are really very good on Diana. That's why I think she's very much excelling in this current meta. Just because of how good her AP ratios are. Remember, hit the Q. Avoid the damage. Storm Surge was actually able to finish. And just get the party started, right? Like you just go get in there, get the party started. I Q flash the mechanics. Q flashing, big one. Honestly, the only real mechanics on this champion are to Q flash, which I generally use a lot. And then R flashing is where you are and then instantly flash to get right on top of them to guarantee to hit like right away. That's a very important one too. Those are the 2 most important ones that you should be aware of. Also some good mechanics. Flash E is not really like a combo. A lot of times I use like Flash E when I know I'm in range. And that's also really... Those are the 3 most important combos on Diana. Here I would love a decap. Really greedy for me to say. I can always sell Darksteel. Like, okay, Medjai's is great. I love Medjai's. But realistically, I don't think any of you guys are going to utilize Medjai's well. And you just end up having like a target on your head. And if I ever can sell my Darksteel, like I'm okay with selling it to get the 3-item spike here. My general build is Zhonya. Zhonya is just essential. Pretty bad into Kate, but I'll build it anyways. And Void Staff is just fundamentally important. Very important. So these are important things. And I mean, at this point, my damage is insane. I could technically 1v3 them here. Okay, if they didn't flash, she was dead, but she dies anyway. Very straightforward combo. They're Protobelt into E, into R, and then once I get them with the R, I use W, I use Q, I hit them all inside and really bring them into me. But she's really broken. If you play around like the way I've been playing this game, even though this game is a bit weird, like the early game was a bit weird, like I agree. But like sometimes it's gonna be weird, but if you, as long as you're not falling behind farm-wise and you're playing for like a good intelligent play, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be chilling. Also, this is like Emerald division. So this is like Emerald MMR. So it's not like I'm playing against like silver players. These are better than these are gonna be better than the players you're gonna be playing against. And That's the thing. Like, if you're playing your champion well enough, it doesn't matter what kind of opponents you're playing against. You're just gonna perform, right? Like, ELO is just... It's kind of like imaginary in a sense. Oops. There. You see how if you miss your E... Oh, what the fuck? Your cooldown is just terrible, right? So you have to understand when you hit the Moonlight, you want to use your E. If you miss it, you have to be really respectful. Here it's a comboing. There I actually did hit my E. That one a bit, I took too long. I was actually trying to go on the Kaylin there, but it was a bit awkward. So here the Seeker is efficient. It's quite efficient items. You do want to use it once if you're gonna buy it. It's very OP. Zhonya's is very OP, guys. Banshees is good too. I don't hate the Banshees, but I would say the Zhonya's is more important. And for Voids, if you're behind, this one is super good. If you're ahead like me, like carrying hard, you want the most efficient one, so I'd probably go here. But I have no quarrel with either one. I think they're both great. But realistically, if you're doing really well, you're carrying hard. If the enemy team is going to be stacking MR, then yes, it may be important to make sure you get the more heavy stacking one. Here, objectives are coming up. We do want to play around objectives. Enemy team's so pushed far back that like we could just start the dragon. But sometimes you see how we're making these kind of picks. Things like this are really good because they just set you up well to kind of play off that. Here I hit Q first and E. Throw the belt. Just keep autoing her. Yeah, I mean, I can kill her. Technically, we could try to end, but I'm more happy about just doing dragon. Sometimes your team will do stupid stuff like that too, so you have to watch out. You are the carry. You are number one. Your mindset when you play League, when you play jungle especially, you are the carry. You are number one. Always remind yourself that. It's fine to get carried sometimes, but you're not playing every game to get carried. You're playing every game for you to carry, so you know how to win. I mean, that's the mindset I had that helped me improve and get better and climb. Is just I am, you know, I'm the greatest of all time. Here we have Zhonya's buy, so this is where I pretty much just force Baron. Even though Dragon Soul's coming up, we're in such a commanding position that, you know, I get a pink, I get Sweeper. I honestly think Sweeper's shit. I've been going Blue Orb a lot recently. You could make a case for Sweeper, but as long as I have one pink, that's good enough to Sweeper like Baron. But I've been liking Blue Orb a lot. Just because this game recently, I feel like there's just so much random spots that you can get killed. Like, especially if you're in the jungle. I just really favor the Sweeper. So here I'm going to walk in. I'm going to look for a fight. I think Kassadin's going to appear here. Okay, I don't know where that damage came from, but I gotta go. That Kassadin, man, dude, AP champions are broken. Good thing about jungle is you can just heal up in instant by doing red, by doing pretty much what I'm on. Now we're pretty much full health, so we can go contest the Baron. Well, I'm not technically full health, but the regen will take care of the rest. But yeah, that was a lot of damage, so maybe we do need MR. If I was gonna go MR, usually I sell one of my items like Belt or Storm Surge, and I get like a Banshees if I really need MR. You can't really play without Void, so the Void is out of the question. You're gonna need the Void. Here we have the blue Pokemon, so we can just walk in. He's very strong. If we respect him for now. Fuck, I was hoping for the WR. Okay. Kassadin's online. I have to not troll again. Or else shit's about to get dicey. Also, I need Void. So game's fine though in this situation. Void is important for me to kill this guy. What I'm going to do is go through ball lane and try to kill him and just push whatever lane he's trying to push. Take him out of the equation. Once I'm 16, I think I can just one-shot Kassadin. Even through all the abilities. But that death is not good, right? Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was a bad death. Game is always losable, so you always have to have a strong mentality. Here is actually really good if we fight mid. Now I'm really happy if we can get a fight here. So what I'm going to do is look to engage on the back line, ideally. Right. R her in, just stay in the middle so you can't juke it. Good to go. Here we can always use the minions to bunny hop a bit. Like that. Checking brushes that I think she might be in. And now it's the Baron time. So here we Baron fast with Riven damage. It's very good. We can Baron. He could have a warded, but I feel pretty good with my smite because you see how my passive does literally 1,000 each auto. So if I time that with my auto, I can do 1,500 guaranteed. Very nice. Here I do have enough for a void. And I'm gonna get a blue pot because why is the blue pot important here? It's a very important fight. Extremely important fight, right? Dragon Soul. Always pot up if you feel like you're not close enough to get your item. Here you always want to be careful about brushes, but I think I have Zhonya's. So I'm okay with this situation. Damn, so close. Ooh, I don't know what happened to my team, but oh, dude, we're gonna have to go for another fight there. My team just kind of obliterated themselves too quickly there. We're definitely gonna need the void. Here I would love this component, but it's not good to stall like that. I can just play and wait for a bit. If the game is too hard to win team fight wise, you can play towards the second condition, which is split push. And I am extremely strong in the side lane. Like, I can easily take care of them. The only problem is casting so far. Until I get my MR, it's a problem. But I do need my void first. So for me to win this game, I just have to play extremely careful. And there's nothing on the map for a long time. So this would be where I look for potentially picks. This is a big thing for me. Is I look for picks to kind of win my way through the game. I try to avoid a heavy team fight. Like I want to lower the risk, right? Lower the risk. My champion what's my champion good at? Extremely good at split pushing. And also this guy, extremely easy for me to kill. Just big, really low. Once I get void, you can see how that's going to be very easy for us to deal with. And thinking about Diana, when you're building AP, your W shielding is just going extremely high. Problem is though, also you have to understand that what I can do to him right now, he could do to me. So if I'm not prepared with a W shield, I could get killed. Here I think he might try to run me down. So that's a run. No, he's actually by himself. I just can't move right now. But it was not bad because Kiana died as well. And the only reason I take that fight because I see my team rotating in that situation. With Void though, I can 100% kill him. Without the Void, he has very tanky stats. It seems silly, right? Because the fight to take him head on like that, but for me it was very good. Here, sometimes you have to be the ping commander of your team to let them know that they're doing something really dumb that they should not be doing. And I need you to not do that. Because you're just gaining so little for the risk of just dying. And you could just base, spend some of that beautiful cash you earned, and get ready to fight after. Ribbon does win against Kassadin, in theory. But maybe not this Ribbon. But he did an okay job to get him low, so I can finish him off if he stays. But now with Void, I'm extremely strong, and I'm going to get Banshees after. Because bad thing about builds like this, ability haste, there's no room for ability haste. Just really no room. Here the wave is still pretty much in the middle. So I'm not that worried about doing it. So I'm just going to wait a bit and then do Krugs and I do the wave. Even though I'm getting close to, like, you know, every item I can have, but like we talked about, we need the Banshees later. Here is a good way to freeze it. I don't really need to push this wave. There's not much going on, but I can draw someone out. But it seems like Casimir already made his move. Here I want I want someone to come. And I want someone to come in a position where I can just capitalize. So here I can split pretty well. They might flank on me, but damn, I played that poor. Damn, I played that poor, man. If I got her in the R, I could have killed her. I played that very poor. I drew two people there. Kiana no flash. That's okay, but we do have the Banshees now. They just have to hold out. I think with the Banshees, it should be good. I don't think he can buy time from me. This video was still good. I mean, it was my bad. I could have carried. I should have had a better mindset. I could have carried, but I hope you guys liked that video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck in your Dyna games. I think she's extremely good. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck in your games.